Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well today. So this is going to be a part 2 of the video I did yesterday of the astrology reading, and I did certain specific dates with the retaliation of Iran, and I want to do a part 2 video. And this is going to be a part 2 of the natal charts. And if you guys don't already know, the US basically struck back right at Iran's nuclear sites. So we're going to talk about that again. I said yesterday that, give it between tomorrow and July 3rd that there was going to be a strike, but I'm still going to talk about the dates that I named because I still feel like there's a bigger thing coming from Iran towards the US. It could be vice versa, but I'm sticking to those specific dates of early July 1st through the 2nd. I could even say we'll even give it till the 5th of July, okay? But today is the 23rd in California. So we're going to talk about again what we talked about earlier. My ears are ringing right now too. Mars is in Virgo right now, so this is like some type of strategic attack that the Iran is going to do. Now, Iran is very they are in Mars and Virgo, which is telling me that they're going to be very methodical and they're going to kind of do something. They're planning something, okay? And it's planned, and I feel like it's like a deal has been made type of energy. So when it comes to this specific, hold on, let me move my papers. And I'm gonna do some tarot to answer some questions somebody had. But this is just the astrology portion. Their Mars is in Virgo, which means that they're definitely going to be planning something. They're not going to show their hand. I think people automatically think they're just going to downright attack us directly just like that, which I don't see that happening right this second. I do see that happening down the line, but their next attack is going to be strategic, okay? Whether if it's on another military base or an attack in the US, they're going to be very strategic with this plan. And I feel like it could happen inside of the US directly, okay? But with these transits here, wanted to show you their chart again. Okay, they are a Cancer Sun, Moon in Gemini, and their Venus is in Taurus, their Mars, you could see all these aspects. Interesting, their Moon is in Gemini, and Trump is a Gemini Sun. Interesting, the current transits. So this is telling me that they're definitely gonna be in this Gemini energy. Again, planning might be more rational, but they also might kind of surprise. Gemini surprises. Gemini is very like two switches, so that could be a theme, especially with the emotions, with the moon card of the country. So I still see the specific dates of a specific attack, and this could be in the US. Okay, this could be around July 1st to July 5th. But this could happen, between 24th to July 5th. But these dates are highlighting for being specific. Now, I want you to look at the 25th because I'm going to do some tarot in a minute. But I also feel like something about the UK, two things are going to happen around this time frame. Okay, I would give it between this to the 28th. There's going to be some type of involvement with the UK sending a missile or getting involved in Iran on these specific dates. And I feel like the community of the UK, specifically like cities like London, big cities around the UK, are going to be very upset. The people are going to be very mad, and it's going to cause a lot of conflict. And it looks like it could be riots, protests, and there's going to be a lot of arguments, okay? Even people that are Iranian British citizenship, Israeli British citizenship, or people that are born there but have lineages to there, there's going to be a lot of energies of conflict, okay? So I feel like they're gonna do something around this time frame, the 25th Wednesday to the 28th, the UK, towards Iran. Okay, so someone asked me who was gonna get involved. I think the United Kingdom is gonna do an attack or launch something, a missile, something towards Iran around that time frame. Okay, I could be wrong, but we'll see. Um, Something about Australia too came to me. I don't know if what Australia has to do with this. I don't think Australia is currently involved. I'm not too sure, but something about Australia military or Australia might come in or say something, okay? I don't know how that's connected. If they are connected, ruled by the British rule at one point, that would make sense. But we're going to see how it happens. I also feel like on this specific day, Trump is probably going to make a big announcement, or this could be when the U.S. also retaliates again towards Iran. They might strike again around that date. Could be tomorrow, could be Wednesday, but something Wednesday's. So I would say definitely there's going to be escalations between the US and Iran, which is not shocking. And I see that the US could possibly strike back within 4 days. Something about the 25th could be significant, either an attack or an announcement from President Trump, a big announcement. Also do see that there could be the UK will get involved around this time between the 25th to the 28th. Strong connection to Wednesday, okay? Also, something about Yemen. Yemen just came to me. Yemen, the country in the Middle East, could there be an involvement with Yemen as well? Either a strike in Yemen or from Yemen, connected to this conflict and also connecting to the U.S. We'll see what comes through, but I'm going to pull some tarot in a minute and we're going to ask a few questions, but I think I pretty much answered the questions already. And we'll see like other places involved and what's going to be their involvement, and then we'll see. So we're going to look at specific we're going to ask the question, is the US going to get involved? Are they going to strike back in Iran? Three of Wands, yes. Like I said, maybe the next 3 days. Wednesday is the third day of the week. So anything between that time, the Four of Wands, definitely very soon. Very soon, within the next 3 to 4 days. All right. Is the U.S. going to target... is Iran going to strike the U.S.? Are we going to have attacks towards the U.S.? Towards the U.S.? The Sun card. The Seven of Pentacles. Something, yes. I feel like there's something that could happen, like I said, inside. They're going to be strategic. So I don't know if it's like a direct attack, like a 9/11 type of an event, where this is going to happen inside, which would be like what, domestic terrorism. Definitely going to be an attack though. Okay. I do see that there is going to be that 9/11 type of an event, maybe to not that extent coming up. But the one I'm seeing here, this could be maybe inside of the United States. And the number 7 is sticking out, so maybe 7 places, 7. Number 7 could be significant. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 places. 7 places could be looked at, affected. Ace of Swords, definitely confirmation. I do think they will. I do see that they are. How is this going to affect the U.S.? This conflict that's going on between. I also do see children. Children could get affected. Something about children. Maybe there might be an area where there's like a summer camp, children. certain sporting events could be affected. There might be something about that. Okay. Um, Maybe a school, something within, maybe a church with children, something like that. Specific places could be coming out in America. In America is what I see. Okay, let's look at how is it going to affect the U.S. conflict between us. Eight of Wands reverse. There's going to be a lot of like delays, slow movements. This could be like produce. We already know oil prices are going to go up, so gas prices will probably go up. I also do see that there's also something connecting to like water. Is Iran going through a water crisis? There's connection to like water or what we drink or what's imported like liquids. So food imports, produce, also postal services, international shippings, whether it's through planes, deliveries that will be affected. And this could be into foods, certain things that could have an effect, okay? Something of value as well here. Yeah, Two of Cups in reverse. So our relationship, our international relationships affected. King of Pentacles reverse. It's all about our resources, agriculture, our farming, how we make money, especially when it comes through like oil. Definitely a lot of discontentment here. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to switch the camera. I thought it sounded too far, but yeah, that's what I see will have main effects. I also want to talk about certain cities that I see in the US that could be targeted, affected, and areas I see could be like near coast, like near waters. So like places like Florida, New York, the East Coast, New York City. I don't know, I heard like Brooklyn, Manhattan, something about those places. Also, something about Washington State, Washington, D.C., which is pretty obvious. States like North Carolina, we have Chicago, pretty much all the East Coast, maybe towards the Gulf of Mexico. So areas like the South, Texas, the Deep South, parts of that could also have an effect. This could even be like, but yeah, guys. So again, I want to highlight the Mars in Virgo. This is like, again, so the one is, so basically, I feel like the next retaliation that they do, it's not the obvious U.S. military bases, which they will strike more in the future because U.S. is going to do it again, and it's going to be this back and forth thing. But I also feel like their next attack towards the U.S. is going to be kind of like inside, strategic, where it's going to be planned, where it's not going to be what most people expect. Okay? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Like it might be surprising, not expected. It's almost like, for example, if you think that, for example, you might think they're going to target this building, right, in this specific city, but they might go target something completely opposite where you wouldn't know or it wouldn't be obvious where they would do it. Does that make sense? It's almost like people, let's just say, oh, they're going to strike New York City, but they strike a small town in Nebraska. Something like that. I'm not saying it's going to be like that, but you know what I mean? That's the example that I'm getting. I also do think that there are going to be a lot of cyber security hackings that could also be part of a plan that they could be doing towards the US with helps from China. Okay, China could definitely be in alliance with Iran, teaching them maybe certain cyber security techniques, how to hack, how to do certain things. So we're gonna see. But okay, so my summary is I see something happening around the 25th. Something about the UK could get involved, maybe a strike towards Iran from the UK, or something the UK does that upsets a lot of people in the cities that are going to put fears into the citizens. Okay. I also see something about this day Trump may make an announcement. This could also be around the same day that maybe they strike back at another nuclear plant or nuclear base, military base in Iran. And I see something about July 1st to the 5th. Okay, we're going to just say from this day. Yeah, something about that could be significant dates. The 25th, significant date. July 1st, 2nd, something big could happen, maybe around the US. Something about Yemen being involved, also Australia. I see something cyber security issues could arise. Maybe this is connecting to China, with maybe China alliancing with Iran, teaching them certain things. This could also be Russia, but I do see that that's kind of what I'm seeing for the near future energies. I already said the certain states I see that there could be like, these attacks, but also there might be a state that people don't expect or a place that they don't expect that might be very like shocking. With that Mars in Virgo, it's planning something smart. Something about the number 7, 7 places, 7 days, 7 hours, 7 plans. Something about 7 could be significant. 7 weeks, whatever, but that's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to also talk about it in my video. Y'all will see me, and I'll probably post that as well today, and I will see you guys later. If you guys have any more questions, comment down below, and I'll talk about it on my next video. But I think I pretty much gave you a pretty clear indication how it'll affect us, what specific dates to look out for, who will be involved. And again, something about the UK getting involved, something about the UK hitting Iran, doing something towards Iran. We'll see.